Greetings, folks. Okay, so integrating hermetics into daily life. This series could take up more than 100 videos, so I'll do a dozen or two, and then jump between topics for ease and comfort for everyone who's listening on YouTube. As soon as some Tai Chi training partners arrive, then I'll start doing more of that content as well, and updating the Vimeo channel for Tai Chi and Qigong. Alright, so the last exercise was magnetic fluid and bringing it into resonance with the idea of love and the maternal instinct of love, and how that feels when you hug a baby and you protect people and you have a genuine care for people. The reason why we use the frequency of the baby is the amount of care that a baby requires, because it's so vulnerable. It's so it's so in your control for that care. It invokes a counter response of an extreme of love, and that counter response is what we're using and magnetizing it, bringing it into the persona. Now, once you've got your base frequency there, and you can start expressing that through your day-to-day life, and it becomes a part of your identity, and people start feeling it, then we gravitate that energy towards very, very particular functions. You specialize in how do you like to express it? What's your life's path? What's your level of care for people in your environment? Are you using this primarily for your family? Or are you using it primarily for people in your environment? And what's your objective? So in this, we start branching out into how you're going to express this energy to people around you. How are you going to really, how would you put it? How are you going to amplify this love in a way that is really functional and in resonance with who you are as an identity? Now, most people will just naturally do this intuitively. They'll find a way of expressing love to family and friends that's comfortable, that's not weird, that just has just a really good, genuine sense of care in your emanation. Other people will make it a little bit contrived in the beginning until it becomes natural, and that's okay. Now, let's say you're working in healthcare and you want to take care of people, and that's your job. Then there's a type of professionalism within that sense of care, and there are boundaries of touch, boundaries of speech patterns, and you honor all those boundaries with underlying feeling of care. So this takes on a unique thing within its own. So the topic of this video is structuring intelligently. How do you personify these principles? How do you take love and make it really functional in what you're doing in your day-to-day life, in your workplace? Now, in some professional environments, you have to have a high level of sensibility in how you express this energy. You really need to look at, okay, I've got to be very, very not cautious, but genuine. You don't want to come across as being a person who's fake or trying to be too loving in a highly professional environment. So sometimes you need to be strong and conduct yourself appropriately. So the key word here is naturalness. You want to integrate this feeling naturally and correctly into your life's process, into your life's purpose, into your work, into what you're doing. And each person will find their own unique way of doing that. Now, in structuring this, structure it through what are the body mechanics, the plucking of the joints, the magnetic pull of the fascia, the invoking the life force and bringing it into a magnetic state. How do you do that to be in resonance with the idea of what you want to project? that idea needs to be very in harmony with your body mechanics, with your astral feeling and your mental space. So write down the body mechanics, write down the feeling mechanics, and define the personality of expression very, very clearly. And now the mental space. How big is that mental space? Are you just emanating arm reach around you, or are you filling every room you walk into, expanding the mental body, invoking energy in that space? And oh wow, that looks good. Very tempted. And then moving from a state of, okay, you're plucking the joints, you're creating a magnetic feeling, you're getting the naturalness, into natural expression. When you're moving into the natural expression of these particular qualities, the mental space that you naturally occupy as you radiate that energy and that intent and that feeling will continually flux and change as you move in and out of different environments. So you want to journal this. If you move into a coffee shop, you expand your mental space to fill the coffee shop. You go into a business meeting, you write down how you want to influence the direction of the business meeting, how you want those energies to make everyone in that room feel, and exactly what level of intent, what level of strength, what level of love is permeating through that particular meeting. So all these things need to be clearly journaled mentally, astrally, and physically. So you define clearly what the three bodies are going to do, and then you gently graduate into doing it. If you do it too hard and fast, you get an artificial type of effect where people feel, oh, what's that? The energy will basically be raw. You want it to emanate as a natural, unconscious emanation by having taken the time to first intend it until you can pay attention to it and it's a part of your psyche. That there's no inharmonious parts of that experience. Now this is very, very important in achieving naturalness. And all the exercises in integrating Hermetic Magic into daily life, they all run on that. They run on this naturalness. You really need to create a sense of ease within how you express these energies. And what generates this naturalness is your ability to find my mask. Let's be polite. Okay. So what generates the naturalness? Sorry, mask time. Okay, here we go. What generates that naturalness is intention and clarity in the physical mechanics and the astral mechanics and the mental mechanics, till you can just pay attention to the underlying energy. This is very, very important. Without that, it's difficult to get these things to work. So you've got to hit critical mass within the feeling. Okay, so we're in this beautiful church, so I won't speak too loudly. Well, these places are very special. They have such a deep, profound sense of stillness. My voice is echoing through the whole space, but there's no one here, so I'm okay to talk quietly. But when you walk into a sacred space like this, there's reverence. And that reverence represents the sum total of all the people that have come here to pray and express their love for their deity. And coming to places like this to practice, it's a double-edged sword. On one side, all this energy that's been put in, you can move with that energy, ride with that energy, and have a wonderful experience with it. The negative edge of the sword is that you are taking on the karma of the beliefs, the astral indoctrination, all the history of the space and the people that are praying there. So this is a positive and a negative, depending if it's in resonance with your belief structures, or whether it'll cause any unconscious turmoil, and so forth. So places like this are nice to come and practice, nice to come and pray, but really feel what's there. The initial feeling of awe and quietude and reverence, that's the central carrier. That's the benefit. But then the energetic patterns are also going to emanate through and have a strong effect on you. Okay, so when you're looking at, if you're a mystic Christian, a place like this will work very well for you, because you can pray to your deity in a place of power. You can ride the power, essentially. It can carry you. You can invoke Christ consciousness, and you can create a profound feeling of love in your heart through that particular doctrine. And through that doctrine, you'll find that there's spots like this particular church that have very large amounts of presence that you can just sit with and absorb it. And if you open yourself to it, it carries you. So very valuable. If you're Buddhist, you obviously can be going to Buddhist temples and really enjoying that energy and really indulging in it. So there's lots of ways to cultivate and develop love. The type of love that you get in Buddhism is much more understanding without judgment. It arises out of the insight mind. You have insight into your environment, the people around you. You understand it. It generates a compassionate reaction through that love. And it's very profound and very beautiful, because it's arising through understanding. The type of love you feel when you're in a church or in a Christian group is very astrally caring, and you get overwhelmed with an astral physical reaction to those sensations, and they are wonderful. They have huge value for many people. So it's up to you whether you're after the mental body experience of love or developing the astral experience of love. The mental body experience of love has a profoundly different type of effect between the mental and astral. They're very different. The mental body will simply just have a sense of care in the vibration, and that this person understands me, this person doesn't judge me, their mind supports me. There's a deep, profound sense of mental caring. And this type of person will teach you how to fish, where the astral love will give you fish. It'll give you the astral nurturing that you need, the fulfilling of your emotional needs, and so forth. So as we go through this process of tuning into these qualities of prayer and these qualities of love, you're going to find that the four bases of power become the deciders of success and failure. Air, how well do you understand? How well did you journal the process? When you tune into it, how well did you identify with it mentally, astrally, and vitally? How did you put your will into intend to generate? And then how did that move into a non-intentional attentive field as a critical mass in the earth phase, which bubbles up into the air phase, and insight mind about love arises? Okay, so this will finish our little tour of the church, and I hope that gives you an introduction into applying and understanding and framing how you're going to integrate universal love into your work, and that you're getting lots of ideas to stimulate, this is how I can develop this particular skill. Thank you for your time, everybody, and catch you on the next video.